Yeah, I'm just going to answer some questions that we've been having, some of the issues that we've been having this past week and the week before. So we've had quite a lot of questions that people have been coming through, so many different inquiries and so many different issues around UK immigration. It's always such a big topic and big issue that we have with questions and issues that people are raising. And I think I'm going to start with just a follow-up on the issue around people who are bringing in their dependents. So people who are bringing in their dependents, their children. So nyaya dzemu, like dzemu dzimba idzi dzinonetsa, and some people are separated and then are coming to the UK. Some people have separated because of histories of abuse, because of so many different issues that people separate. But now, when they're coming here, some people, there's issues of, shall we just get back together for the sake of the children so that we can come with the children? And there's a post that I put where I said, please don't copy and paste each other. I know that it's good for groups where you help each other and you tell each other. That's the only way sometimes that you can get information that you need quickly. And people don't like going to seek advice because maybe they can't afford it, or there's a shortage of advisors. There actually is a critical shortage of regulated, qualified, experienced advisors in the area of immigration. And the reason why that is because it's one of the areas that doesn't pay a lot in terms of law. There's areas that pay better, that have less stress, that you are able to do your work without the government constantly changing the rules and the goalposts. So a lot of lawyers have left the area. So there's actually a shortage. So of course people will try and find ways of, how can I get the advice that I need, because I need to make my applications. But one thing that I know is that your truth, when you're applying for your children, your truth is what will get you to where you need to be. When you look at your circumstances and your situation and try to get to where you need to get to. So if you have a history, you could see in your home, you were a victim, for example, of domestic abuse, alcohol, somebody's addicted to alcohol, and you've had so many incidents. When you're trying to bring the children here, please tell the Home Office the truth. Please tell the Home Office the truth and provide evidence to support what you're saying. Because the truth, when there's children involved and there's abuse in a relationship, and you as a mom, you are even fleeing, or maybe you have to leave because there's been a long history of abuse towards you. When you bring your case to the Home Office, they will take that into account. They will take that as serious and compelling circumstances. They will take it as your circumstances. It's better for these kids to be safe with their mom than be with their father who is alcohol dependent, who is beating the mother. So they would take your situation as it is. So what your friend next door did will be very different from your situation, because every person's situation is unique. So what is your story? What is your situation? Or there may be other circumstances where you and your husband makango pesana just a little bit, or you've got communication problems, or you've just got some issues in your marriage. And then you think, okay, it's my opportunity to run away with the kids. But I would say, you know what, resolve those issues before you come. Get help, get counseling, get the support that you need before you make that decision to come here. And then agree kuti, this is what we're doing and this is how we're going to do it. And then you come back, but on your own, maybe you're not going to be able to reach that place because munenge mato konana, but you can get help and get the support that you need and then make those decisions. Kuti muye mese. So each person's case is different. Vanu, ma situation emundu nomundu akasiyana. You know, there's even people who have they've seen the father. He last came when the child was 1 year old to take the birth certificate. But now, 10 years later, because you want to come to England, you're looking for him so he can sign a consent letter. You don't have to, because you've had sole responsibility for this child. And ever since they were born, from the napkin to the school fees to everything, it's been you. So it would be unreasonable for the Home Office to now expect you're going to get consent from somebody who's never been there. But when you go and you copy zvakanyorwa naTsitsi next door, or Chipo or Mary or whoever, you are now bringing this person. And you know, it's so sad because they've even gone to forge kutotsvaga munhu asiri kutotsvaga munhu who's never been there to come and mess up your application for the children. So the applications for the children, so many of them are getting refused because of this issue of copy and paste, because of this issue of we're not finding out information about ourselves and me. What can I do? Even if you look online, like there's so many articles about sole responsibility. There's so many YouTube videos where there's so many lawyers who are giving out information for free. I've done so many on sole responsibility. But because people are lazy. I think give me the give me a template, but it's not about templates. It's not about templates. So I really, really want to encourage people to look at your situation as your situation, and before you make an application, get advice that you need. Get advice that you need. You know, there's a register of lawyers on the OISC website, on the SRA website. If you even look immigration lawyer for me, near me, look for the reviews, look for them. Isusu, we help, but we have 15-minute free consultations which are booked up until December because we only have certain capacity. So we obviously cannot help everybody. And then we have some consultations where you pay and there are more. But I'm not saying to you, you have to come to me for advice. What I'm saying is, don't mess up your children's future by not getting advice before you make your application. I wish I could stress this, because we don't want to see a situation yekuti vana vakusara ku Zimbabwe and the parents are working here. It's affecting you, your mental health. People are depressed. Vana vacho, they've got no one to look after them because you didn't want to seek the advice that you need before you make the application. And every person's situation is different. And how you start your application, it's very difficult now to reverse what you've said. Because once you say it, it's on record, you've said it. So it's important to be able to know your situation and your facts and get the evidence before you make the application. So there's different situations. You've got sole responsibility. You're the one who has looked after this child from the day they were born until now. If you now have an agreement with the father to say the father sees the children, he's also contributing, the Home Office will technically just refuse because they'll say you haven't proven that you've got sole responsibility. And then you may end up having to go for administrative review, going for this, and it'll take forever. So it's important for you to understand. So I hope that's just clarified. And you know, when you bring a person that you have perhaps separated from, baba bevana, that potentially as well has got the potential to cause a lot of problems, because sometimes you've moved on and a long time ago, they've separated and they don't like each other. And then you say, come, and you end up living together in the same house. But that's sometimes a recipe for disaster, because somebody's moved on. Maybe they've got a new girlfriend or a new partner. Or you've got a new partner. Domestic violence because people are jealous. People are fighting. And it's so sad that already we've seen social services getting involved. Some children actually getting taken into care because there's domestic abuse in the home, because you've brought someone that you had moved away from, but because it's a trend, you're going to get back together so the kids can come and you live together, and then you are starting to have a lot of problems in there. Suicide even. When people end up not having made the head decision, but you just come because there's an opportunity. You're living with your ex who doesn't even want you, who's got issues, and it's led to suicide. So there's so many issues which can be avoided by you doing perhaps the right thing for you right from the outset, right from the beginning. I hope that's making sense. I'm talking I'm talking and talking and talking. Please comment and tell me to make sense here. Are people hearing me? I see that most of the people here are Zimbabweans. So that's why I'm mixing in English and Shona. Yeah. But I hope that you can hear my network. My network is playing up. So yeah. So I hope that that's clear in terms of what's happening in relation to children. But please watch the videos that I've done in the past, and I think Tulia Group has put a link to some of the videos around sole responsibility, around single mothers, around compassionate grounds, and I think I'll probably do some which are tailored for that, so that it can be clear. Yes, there's no video. I'm not. It's just audio today. There's no video, but as long as you are hearing me, that's the most important thing. That you hear what I'm saying and you hear my voice. Yes, there's no video today. So, children, I think tapeza shevana, did it? I think just the summary, please don't reunite with people that you've broken up with, because you can end up causing yourself problems by bringing somebody who you are no longer interested in and trying to have open relationships. I think it doesn't really work. It can cause a lot of problems. And I'm going to do a live probably in the next 2 weeks or so with Dr. Maruisa, just talking about couple dynamics and migration, and especially around issues of how to resolve some of the differences and difficulties and go through those. So yeah, so that's really something that we'll do in the coming weeks, because I think